it would be ideal for you to show up about 10 minutes early and get prepped. We're gonna start with zone 2 cardio, and these are two of my favorite options. You have elliptical or this incline walk, and we're gonna do that for about 5 minutes. Zone 2 is about 60 to 70% of your maximal heart rate, which is 220 minus your age. Then we're gonna get your spine and your hips going. This is my favorite way to use a foam roller, just working our thoracic spine into extension and flexion. Take your time on each end of these. You can do 6 without your brain or 6 with your brain, focusing on the actual anatomy of your axial skeleton, which is your spine, your rib cage, and your head. Then we'll go into cat-cow on all fours. So this is cat, like a scared cat. And this is a fat belly cow, but I want you to focus on initiating with your tailbone. From the start right here, you can almost imagine rolling a marble up your spine from one end to the other, and just see how much ability you gain to bring flexion and extension through your whole spine. Then we'll go into some rotational stuff. We're gonna fix your hips. You can see my knees are spread out. That in itself is a nice inner thigh stretch. Then the hand with the palm on the ground, as in my left one here, you're gonna put force into the ground through that and assist you to rotate through. See how much rotation you can get. It's not uncommon to get a few little pops through the spine in a nice freeing kind of way. But this rotational stuff right here is quality for your upper back and just the function of your axial skeleton. So now we're just gonna rotate from the other end of the axial skeleton. Now the hips are gonna get moving. This is called the iron cross. I like to have people do that stretch reflex there at the beginning, just to find their hamstrings, feel how much core it takes to bring flexion to one side of the hips. You're in this fixed state, but you're also bringing a nice long dynamic stretch to the hamstrings, which most people tend to feel some restriction through there. This is a very nice way to just get on the ground and start to assess your ability to rotate. Do 4 to 8 reps on each side. Then we'll just flip it over in a prone position. You can see when I look to the left, then I use my left leg to bring that up and over. It's important for the neck to be in the right position. So just the way that you're looking, that's the leg that you're going to use. You're fixing your shoulders and your upper thoracic spine and just getting the hips moving here. It's good for your core. It's good to assess the ability to rotate in this position. Do 4 to 6 on each side. Then we're just gonna assess your ability to sit into a body weight squat with comfort. But first, grab your toes, see how long you can get that backside of your body with your legs straight fully through the knee, and then you'll sit your hips into it. Try to keep your hands on the front side of your shoes and your arms inside of your knees. It's common to have the inability to have good extension at the spine and the shoulders. Therefore, the elbows will be way outside the legs. I'm gonna show you here from the side so you can see. Fully extend through the knees best you can. Not too many people can actually touch their toes there, so maybe just touch your shins if possible. Now you can see the extension of my spine and my shoulder, keeping the arms inside the legs. Sit here for a few seconds on both ends, maybe 3 to 5 seconds on both ends, and then this is called spinal articulation. Come up one vertebrae at a time. Then we'll start to test your ability to manage your center of mass in space. You can start that way. If it's hard, do 20 of those. If it's easier, then try to touch your toes to the ground behind your head. But take your time. Don't just expect to do that on the first one. Then as you come back up, we'll go into this V-sit. Almost everybody I coach always starts to judge themselves by how stiff they are here. And in that judgment, they miss the opportunity to observe their hamstrings and just breathe in that position. It's unfortunate that we're unable to be sensitive and just accept who we are here. I often have to spend time teaching people how to be more relaxed and just stretch without judgment. Then we're gonna bring some activation to your upper back. Get a towel so you can put your forehead into the ground. This is not a Superman. Everything is going into the ground except your arms. So forehead, chest, hips, feet are all being forced down, and you're using your lower traps to lift your thumbs to the sky. This is a great activator of your upper back. Once you do a couple reps where you just hold it up there for like 8 to 10 seconds, then imagine just taking your arms over top of a beer can, right over top, because we don't drink soda, we drink beer, right? Up and over, up and over, up and over, Do 10 of these, over and back is 1. And now we're gonna use our posterior chain to bring our spine into extension. So we're using strength to extend. If you've seen a baby, they do this really well through their crawling phase because they wanna see what's in front of them and they have to be great at extension. Us adults are very good at flexion because we sit on our computers most of the time or on our phones and we're just looking down. So we need to practice into that extension. And then we're just gonna get the hips going through the hamstrings mostly here. This is called the world's greatest stretch. So in that full plank position, you're just gonna bring a foot up in between your hands and just sit there for like 10 seconds. Find that kind of connective tissue right there. That's a healthy thing. And then see if you can switch feet and have the strength through your core to bring that foot all the way up to your hands without having to kind of rock to the side to get it up there. You can even just sit there. You see that shin and torso are kind of on the same angle there. That's a good squat position. This is not strength. This is just a chance to stretch and feel some mobility there. And then when you're done, maybe you'll do 4 to 8 on each side. And then it's nice to just kind of bring a little hop, and then we're ready to go.